Have you ever felt like you don't enjoy Hearthstone anymore? Do you feel like you've got nothing to do and everything's starting to get dull? In today's video, we'll be discussing if Hearthstone is dying or it's simply just getting boring. Greetings ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the channel. As a player who have been playing Hearthstone since Whispers of the Old Gods, there are times that I feel like Hearthstone is not as enjoyable as it used to be for me. This might be also the case for many of you guys. And when it comes to the video games, there are always those people who start calling the game quote-unquote dead when the stats are showing something else. According to XR, Hearthstone Battlegrounds can easily be in the top games on Steam, so considering that there is also ranked matchmaking and it's almost as big as Battlegrounds, and there are other game modes too, I guess we can remove the clickbait and safely say that Hearthstone is definitely not dying, and if anything, it's even getting more and more populated every day. Alright, so if Hearthstone isn't dying, then people are either angry at the game because there's something wrong with it, or it's getting dull and people are bored of it. So let's talk about being bored in Hearthstone and see how it can start to feel boring to the players, and talk about some factors that can cause us feel that way. Number 1. The repetitiveness. This one's really straightforward. We as human beings don't enjoy something that is too repetitive. And in case of Hearthstone, you might feel bored if you're like me and you just spam one single deck each time you want to reach Legend or High Legend ranks. And considering the fact that reaching those ranks might take a while, you better believe that you're bored after 50th game with the deck. Unless you're really enjoying the grind, but depending on your skill and sometimes luck, it too can become repetitive. And let's be honest, there's only so many times you can lose to the same deck with the same cards that has a good matchup against you before you lose your mind. Number 2. Being predictable. It doesn't matter if you're a fan of RNG or not, but I'm sure we can all agree on the fact that a predictable game is a boring game. If you enter a game and you already know the outcome, the game turns into a struggle for you or your opponent to try to fight that outcome. Or imagine if one day everyone starts playing the same deck. There won't be any quote-unquote random surprises to catch you off guard and keep you on your feet. You wouldn't be needing to overcome any challenges, and then it will become dull and boring. But speaking of challenges, number 3, there aren't enough good challenges. Some people, myself included, enjoy a good challenge, one that makes you struggle with it for a good couple of minutes, and when you overcome that challenge you feel like a living god because you managed to open that damned jar of pickles and now you're flexing in front of a mirror to show off your non-existing muscles to yourself. Has it ever happened to you? No, it's just me being weird again. Anyway, a game needs some sort of challenge. Funnily enough, all games do have a challenge to overcome. There's always some sort of boss that needs to be defeated, even if it's not been necessarily marked as a boss. But challenges can be relative to the person, and something that can be challenging to one person can be super easy to another. And even though there are other aspects of the game that can prevent it from being boring, the lack of offering a challenge for you to overcome can be effective in making that game feel boring. Imagine this, you face a mage. He's playing a spells only mage, and suddenly he plays a minion. Wouldn't you be surprised and be wondering how do you need to defeat him now that he has got some minions too? No, probably not, because he's also running Font of Power and Epic Blast for some reason. Number 4. A game with poor pacing. Oh, poor pacing. When the opponent is freaking taking 1 hour to pick one card to play between his 5 cards in hand on turn 1. Well, that was not what pacing is apparently. So if you have been playing Hearthstone during Rise of Shadows, you might have experienced one of my favorite metas of all time, the Control Warrior meta. The games were so freaking slow that in the mirror matches you would have literally sit there for 45 minutes trying to win one single match of Hearthstone and then get destroyed because your opponent managed to get an Archivist Elysiana from their original Archivist Elysiana, and after trying to win for the past hour now, you will lose to fatigue. And now you need to play 20 more matches like that to reach Legend. Yep, boring. Number 5. Not being rewarded for your time spent playing the game. Well, is there anything you can do in Hearthstone that wouldn't get you rewarded with something? You can just go AFK and set up an auto clicker on your hero power and you will get lots of experience for that. No, I'm serious. That's what has been happening in world rank floors. Heck, you can even just die and set a bot to click on play and hero power every turn, and you don't even need to exist anymore. You will be rewarded for roping every turn and living your life doing whatever you're doing in real life while your bot is wasting other people's time, and that's how generous this game is. Number 6. The game is simply just not fun. Let's face it, sometimes games can stop being fun, and Hearthstone is no exception. Players spamming emotes, roping, dying on turn 3 or 4 to a hyper aggro deck when you're playing a meme deck, taking 40 damage in battlegrounds because someone high rolled the crap out of the game, a priest spamming 100 spells on turn 1 in duels and killing you right then and there, or you just can't simply figure out the damned solution to find lethal in this Puzzle Labs games. All of them might ruin the fun, and well, you play games to have fun, and a fun that's not game is boring. And finally, number 7, a game that has been played too much. We all have been there, when we get too much invested in a game that you play 24 hours a day and 8 days a week. And after a while, the game will just run out of stuff to offer to the player. That's just the nature of things. And at that point, you will find yourself saying, okay, what's the next thing I can do? And the answer will just be, well, nothing. And then we will be finding ourselves opening Hearthstone, clicking here and there for a couple of minutes, and then you'll close the game because there's nothing to do anymore. And then you get bored and make stupid videos on YouTube because you got nothing better to do. Yikes, dude. So what can we do to overcome the boredom we're having in Hearthstone, you might ask? As a ladder grinder, a solo adventure addict, a duels master, and a battlegrounds god, I usually get bored 1 month after an expansion or a patch. And if you're awesome like me, here are some ways you can also enjoy playing the games, well, more, or not get bored. Number 1. Trying something new. I know, right? Who would have known that if you play the same thing over and over every day, it would get boring? So, what can we do to spice things up? Well, we can change our deck each time we reach a rank floor. That way you can get to enjoy the joys of getting freaking stomped by meta decks when you change your deck from a tier 1 deck into a tier 5 deck. Or you can learn new heroes in battlegrounds, or change the way you play the heroes you already know how to play. Or maybe you can impose new rules, win your games playing only rare cards, or win a game of battlegrounds by staying at tier 2 with a hero that doesn't synergize well with it, and similar stuff. So if the meta sickness is getting to you, start doing some meme stuff and stop trying to be the best for once, and start having some fun playing something unusual and off meta. Number 2. Change your main game mode. God damn, I must be a genius coming up with these ideas, am I right? But guess what? As I said before, playing the same thing over and over again will burn you out. And if you have been playing a standard ladder for a good amount of time so far, maybe give duels a try. There are some fun random stuff in there too. Or if you are a battlegrounds player, play some ranked matches. Or heck, you can even start trying to get into wild or the new classic mode. And personally, one of my favorite game modes when I had just started playing Hearthstone, solo adventures. There are some fun and random stuff you can do in there, and there is no downside to playing some solo adventures. There is no turn timer, there is no opponent to BM you, and there are all sorts of funky stuff you can do there. And you can get some cool rewards, and personally, I loved most of the single player content except the Book of Heroes, so yeah. Give it a try and it might surprise you. And if you don't already have the adventures, I believe you can unlock them from the Hearthstone shop section of Battle.net client if they're not already there in your in-game shop. And then there's Arena. Chances are that if you're already good at the game, you will have decent success in Arena. And if you think you're not good at the game, heck, just give it a try. With so many apps like Hearts Arena, you can easily draft a good Arena deck and be successful in it. All you need to know is just how to trade and stuff like that. Number 3. Ask your friends to join you. One of the problems with Hearthstone is that it has almost no way to socially engage with other players, except spamming emotes to annoy or tilt them, or just adding them so you can flame them after the game. So ask some of your friends to join Hearthstone, make a Discord server and hang out with them. Or you can just do it with your current in-game friends, and then you can play some friendly duels against each other, and both of you can play random funny decks. Or you can make some combos that you can't really use them in normal games because you will be dead, or you can just make a fireside gathering and use those features and have some fun. But now that I think about it, if you're someone like me and have no friends, ooh, that's probably not a good solution for you either. Number 4. Join some of the content creators' Discord servers. Talking about Discord, almost all of the popular streamers and content creators for Hearthstone have their Discord servers with many great people that you can become friends with. I did that too, and I ended up having a great time talking to those people about, well, everything. Number 5. Achievement hunting. As a World of Warcraft player and an MMORPG fan, there is one thing that we love too much, and that's collecting stuff and showing off the high number we got on our achievement records. And you can do that in Hearthstone too. You can start your journey toward completing as many achievements as you can, and then you can feel good about yourself and show others how long you have spent gathering said achievements that don't give you anything except a high number on your non-existent profile, because there is no such thing in the game yet. God damn. Or maybe you can start collecting card backs. Remember when I talked about solo adventures? Chances are that all of those solo adventures will reward you with a card bag for completing all of their challenges, or some card packs, or even a hero portrait if you do the solo adventure from Knights of the Frozen Throne. Number 6. Make a new account or change your region. Now I know this might be a bit controversial, because smurfing is not something that you should be doing, but it also takes 2 months to get down league in ranked, and the alternative is conceding so many times in legend till you reach the dumpster ranks. So I guess I'll give you a pass if you want to do it. Just change your region and start a new journey and try to do something different this time. I did that and I was just spamming one single class to the point that I got my golden hero portrait on it before I get another class to level 60. And because you're in the lower brackets, there are fewer people spamming high tier 1 decks and annoying you. So don't tell anyone that I told you to do it, and enjoy. Number 7. Just take a break. This is hard to do for anyone, but hey, change the game, take a break from Hearthstone and play some other game. It's nothing bad to do, and you can just play some more later. Personally, I kinda put the game on pause a couple of months ago and started playing some Hades to the point that my thumb used to hurt and my keyboard started begging me to stop smashing the space button non-stop. And while we're on the topic of smashing, no, not that type of smashing. I wanted to say smash the like button, but I guess the transition is ruined now. And finally, the last solution, the holy grail of making Hearthstone fun, the 10,000 IQ disguised toast solution of the matter. The ultimate way to make Hearthstone fun is